Hey everybody, I'm Mama Baird and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be making some hamburger helper. Now I'm going to be making the store-bought and then I'm also going to be creating my own. I thought that you guys would like to come along and we can compare costs. We can see what's the benefit of making it yourself and is it really taste the same. So make sure you stay to the end because we're going to be cooking up both and we're going to give it a taste test. Before we get too far in the video, please make sure to give me a like, subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. Every like, comment, share really helps support me and my channel. Thank you so much. All right, guys, let's get into it and let's see how to make this ourselves and if it really tastes just as good. All right, so we're gonna cook this up when we're done. So I have my 2 pounds of elk out here ready, waiting for when we are going to be done. And then I'm gonna put our hamburger helper in a mason jar. Now I got 3 different types of noodles here. I got these from Winco in the bulk section. I wanted to try and price everything out to see what the price difference would be on getting this stuff yourself versus buying an actual thing of hamburger helper. So let me take you back to Winco and where I bought these and kind of what I found out about that. Welcome to our local Winco here in Missoula, Montana. This is a great bulk store. If you've never been in here before, we're going to get a sneak peek. First thing I noticed is that the ground beef is $4 a pound. That's roughly what it costs around here. It's a bulk store where you can buy bulk items or they throw it on the shelf. They don't have it. It stays in the boxes and stuff, so that lowers the price a little bit. A lot of this I feel like is still pretty regular price, and I only come shopping at Winco when I need to fill in here and there on things. I like to do mostly bulk shopping. It's more cost effective for my family to buy in bulk and then separate and preserve it or put it up for later. Now I did get a little bit distracted by the seeds. I don't know about you guys, but it's seed season. I'm super excited about it. So I resisted that, walked past. It's also Easter season. They have a lot of holiday stuff here. Sometimes it's really cool. You find different stuff at Winco that you would find from other stores. I'm going to be headed to the box dinners though because I want to check out the price of the hamburger helper. I noticed at my local IGA it's up to $3.99 a box. I'm not too sure what it's at Walmart. Here it was running on average $1.68 for the name brand and then $1.42 for the store brand. That's not too terrible. I remember when it was $1 and then you could get it on sale 2 for $1 and we would stock up on hamburger helper. Like this was my go-to. At the end of high school and then college, I had a lot of hamburger helper. Husband always liked the Velveeta ones, but I usually just got the regular ones. So now that we know the general cost of it, $1.68, we're going to go check out and see how much the pasta is, because hamburger helper is really just noodles and seasoning. They have all the candy out for Easter right now. I don't know if you guys have seen this bulk store before. I can do a deeper dive into Winco if you would like. Let me know in the comments below. They have all kinds of different candies, chocolates. They have the limoncello one out. That was kind of tempting. They also have sugar-free chocolate available. Here are some of the beans that they have. They have different beans and rices. Some are in bins and some are in tubs up top that you pull it down, so it kind of depends on what you're looking for. Tons of different variety though. They have whole wheat pasta available as well, so that's one of the options of making this at home, is that you can choose to do whole wheat over enriched white if you would choose. Now it is only a couple of cents more. They have tons of different shaped pastas as well, so this is a good place to go if you just need a little bit. I like that the egg noodles are there. They have farfalle pasta there, and then they have also different ones that are made of different things as well, like orzo, and then they have this bow tie pasta is a really good pick. My family likes it. The wheelbarrow one would be fun. And then they had the casserole lasagna. That's kind of what caught my eye because I noticed that a lot of the hamburger helpers have the lasagna noodle, and that was kind of the same thickness that I was going for, so I decided to get some of this. This would also be really good in lasagna casserole. Now this was only $1.38 a pound, so that's something where you put it in the bag. You have a scoop here for each one. I do wish that there was a better system for the lid staying open because you kind of got to keep them open yourself while you're scooping. It can be a bit of a hassle. So this was $1.38 a pound. You write the code down on the zip tie here and then you wrap it around the bag, and that's how the cashier knows what code to enter, and then they have it and they weigh it just like they would fruit. This is also where I get my tortellini, and then they had like chickpea pasta as well, so if you want the different kind of pasta, and then they had grated Parmesan there. Also tons of spices, so if you just need a little bit of something, you don't have to buy a whole entire container if you just need to fill up a little bit on your spices, because some people don't like to have lots of spices on hand or to have a bunch of them and a backup. They did also have cinnamon sticks, bay leaves. I've also seen vanilla beans there, and then they have all the different types of containers that if you want to have a separate container, you can. They have some really good solid spices that you need, and then they have specialty blends up top that are a little more expensive, and they even have the tricolored peppercorns. I think that's fun. So I went back to the pasta because I kind of wanted to get a price range, and for the bow tie pasta it was $1.28 a pound in the bin or $1.54 for a bag of it, which is a pound. So bulk shopping is still a little bit cheaper, but buying it from the bag is also an option as well if you don't have a bulk store near you. All right, now let's get this all assembled. All right, so I have a pint jar here, which is 2 cups. So it's a little over, so about 2 1/4 cup of noodles goes in 1 pack of Hamburger Helper. And then here is the sauce packet. So I like the fact that you could use whole wheat pasta if you wanted to. I think I'm going to use the lasagna noodles here just because it's the closest to the egg noodles that come in the kit. Alright, so I would say that's about where it is at. A little over 2 cups. And that only took about half of my bag there. So that's only about 50 cents worth of pasta. And then for the seasonings, we're just gonna add some pepper, smoked paprika. We're gonna do 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika. And then I'm gonna do 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Now this originally calls for onion powder as well. I don't have any though, but I do have this onion and herb seasoning blend, Mrs. Dash. So this is another perk of making it at home, is that you can add any kind of seasonings you want. You don't just have to have the basics. So we have that, and then we're going to do 1 teaspoon of corn starch as well. Now I'm also going to be using powdered milk for this. So this is going to take originally 2 cups of milk. So I'm going to use a half a cup of powdered milk. And there is our homemade hamburger helper. Alright, I'm going to try and cook both at the same time. I have 2 different skillets here, but I don't think it'll make that big of a difference. I am going to be using elk in the place of beef hamburger, but obviously just use whatever meat you would like. Some people even use half a pound or 3/4 of a pound instead of a whole pound to make it stretch even further. So do whatever you would normally do. I'm just going to be breaking this up, and then we're going to cook this till it's done. Another thing that I like to do to kind of stretch out a hamburger helper is to add onions or bell pepper or both to it. So that's something that you could do as well to this. But I'm going to cook this, and then I'll bring it back when it's all ready. Alright guys, these are both mostly cooked. They will continue to cook as the hamburger helper cooks and boils and everything, so you don't have to worry about getting it all the way. I did add salt and pepper to this. Alright, so let's follow the instructions here. Is pretty much 3 1/3 cups, 1 cup of milk to 2 1/3 cups of water. I'm going to do 2 cups of milk though to 1 1/3 cups because that's what I do. I am going to use powdered milk though, so let's add the water. Do the same in this one. So let's do the homemade in the cast iron. I'm going to add all that, our seasonings, powdered milk, and our pasta. Now you could always separate this if you feel like doing it that way, whatever would be easier for you. You could even not add the powdered milk and just do regular milk, or you could add the powdered milk when you assemble it. I think that worked out pretty fine though, just doing that, going ahead and adding it to it, because then you legit all you need is the meat and then the water. Alright, let's add this mixture. And you could also do like beef bouillon if you want it instead of water. You could even do beef stock. So we'll add that. Stir. So it looks a little redder. See that? Add the pasta. Did I add the milk to this? Oh, let me add the powdered milk. The other one looks a little creamier. So 2 cups of milk would be half a cup of powdered milk. Add that in there. There we go. About the same color. I'm excited. This is going to be a fun little experiment. I also think it would be fun to get powdered cheese, and then you could make like the mac and cheese ones, because then you just use your powdered cheese. Alright, we'll wait for these to come to a boil. Just a couple minutes, and then we'll bring it back. Alright guys, these were cooked and have been cooling. I did notice that the homemade one here is a little runnier. I bet if we add some more cornstarch to it, that would thicken up, but it's really not too bad. And then here's the traditional store-bought hamburger helper. I definitely think both could use some green, but let's give each a try and see how they taste. So there's the two differences. You can see store-bought versus homemade. They look pretty similar. Let's try just the traditional one first. Yep, tastes like traditional hamburger helper. I think it tastes good. I usually always put corn in mine and then served it with butter bread and then some broccoli or something. So here's the homemade one. Pretty good. I do think it needs a little more seasoning. I think with the hamburger helper they had beef gravy mix in theirs. I think that would add a lot to this as well to kind of up the beefy flavor. But that tastes really good, and honestly you can't really tell the difference. I like that by doing it at home you're making it more versatile in what spices you add, what noodles you add, and I like that you can have it vacuum sealed, put it on the shelf so it's ready to go. All you have to do is add water and meat. So to run through the cost, a store-bought hamburger helper, you're looking at roughly $1.68 for one box, and that's 2 1/4 cups of pasta. Now with this casserole lasagna pasta, I got under a pound. It ended up being roughly 93 cents and I used half of it, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it's about 50 cents worth of pasta, which means buying hamburger helper at the store is 3 times more expensive than making it here at home. Thanks for coming along with me visiting Winco and seeing how easy it is and tasty to make your own hamburger helper at home. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll catch you next time on Mama Birds.